Personal log of Fleet Admiral Gaius Andrew, Supreme Commander of the Zentrali 5th Fleet, in high orbit above the now open Eye of Terara. Initial reports immediately following the opening of the eye are horrifying. To say things are getting strange and terrifying at the same time is an understatement. The entire crew of the Erica and myself just watched a complete planetary system spawn into reality, only for one of these new celestial bodies to transform into a giant planet-eating abomination, complete with horns and everything else. Then, only moments later, to be attacked by swarms, complete hordes of smaller, what we can only figure as robots, that turned into flying vehicles, cars, and everything else, coming at it from all different directions and eventually killing this huge abomination, as we all held hands singing a song that we had never heard about, something about how we have the touch and we have the power, and we did this for reasons completely unknown to us. At the completion of the song, all the new planets seemed to dematerialize as though nothing happened, as disembodied voices could be heard chanting, "Until all are one." Yeah, we need answers as of yesterday, and we knew exactly where to start. So we sent a team over to the remains of the Kemp, the ship that got pretty much blown to pieces opening up the eye. Also, for the reasons unknown, as we went through, all the uniforms changed in a way to give an appearance and protection of a standard red shirt. We didn't understand that. On board of the Kemp, our recovery team reported a standard entry, of course, and zero contact with hostile forces, which surprised us. After clearing the area, they reported encountering an unusually intuitive, interactive visual intelligence program projecting itself in the hologram of a big green dragon. This dragon AI reported that there were multiple hull breaches, and the majority of the ship was vented of atmosphere. However, there was one remaining living crew member on the bridge itself. Then, it surprised everybody, as it actually plotted the safest course for the team to follow and also installed it on their HUD displays. Cautiously, the team went to the lone survivor, and they found themselves before the cultist, who identified himself as the Guardian Sage, the keeper of secrets, the revealer of truths, and somehow still alive after everything that happened. The team would strip the Kemp's hard drives of all the data and bring the Guardian Sage over towards the ship straight to me. After a brief interrogation, the Guardian Sage revealed that ultimately he didn't know shit about the hell he had just unleashed, but did very eloquently point out our ignorance and complacency in this tightly council-controlled universe. Then went into correctly point out the stagnation of development and a populace lacking creativity and too afraid of stepping out of line to make any real advancements. The data from the drives recovered, on the other hand, revealed so much more. Worst of all, it showed that the eye could only be sealed by the Guardian Sage and his... Is that a walking stick that he's holding on to? So I asked him very nicely to reseal the eye. He was very colorful and creative in the way he said no. So yeah, that's out. Distress calls also began pouring in from all sectors like dominoes falling. It was now clear that the madness was spreading at an alarming rate, and we could not sit idle at all. I decided to split the 5th Fleet into 3 teams. Alpha would be commanded by me at the helm of the Erica, with the objective to learn everything we can about this new, unstable, once void area of space. Bravo is to be led by Commander Clark at the helm of the Sylvanans, with orders to report back to the Council world and render whatever assistance possible. Charlie Group would be led by Commander Scarborough at the helm of the Douglas, with the objective of rallying support from the other fleets and assist in the civilian evacuation. from the critically important agro world's capital of Raccoon City. It's worth noting that Commander Scarborough is from Raccoon City and was going to join their local law enforcement before his first day he was offered a commission within the fleet. So, this should be an easy assignment. Plus, with his wife having just given birth to his firstborn, I believe it'll do him some good to finally meet his child, even if things go sideways. As for Commander Clark, I'm sure she will maintain the utmost discipline in the evacuation of the council members and quickly remedy any issues. It is a good, solid plan, dividing everyone up. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? As soon as I say this, though, I realize these are definitely famous last words. Journal entry from Lieutenant Commander Leonids, commanding officer of the SS Demon Corps, following the rescue from the Kemp. Well, damn, it's been an interesting couple of days, and I've got no freaking clue how I'm still kicking. Admiral Giss split the 5th into thirds, trying to his best, I guess, to figure out whatever the hell this is, what the hell is going on. Honestly, I just got freaking lucky. And I just heard that Commander Clark made it back to the Council world, and in typical form, just wound up smashing in. She said the place was overrun with countless demonic monsters that ate souls, or whatever, and turned everybody into paint so they could, redecorate the place, I guess? I don't know. She said these things were damn near immune to all types of conventional weapons fire, but if you could find something sharp, you could bait one of those things into attacking, and then wait for the perfect moment, roll to the ground, and then poke them in the ass. If you did this enough times, it seems they die, which is kind of weird. Makes me wonder, is their head up their ass? Well, if it is, maybe it's for the warmth. I don't know. All I know is it sounds like the opposite of fun for me, but she said these things also seem to be afraid of campfires. Seeing that, she tried to weaponize s'mores for a bit, but that worked about as well as you might think. On the bright side, though, she did report the turning point of the battle was found in chickens, of all things. The soul-eating demons instinctively attacked the chickens on sight. These chickens were apparently near indestructible and immune to any physical damage, but they held a greater secret. I was surprised. I mean, one hit was nothing. The second one, and these bird got annoyed. But the third? Oh boy. Well, in the third, they would have let out some sort of war cry. Sounded like, what'd they call that? Cock-a-doodle-doo? And then swarms of chickens just seemed to materialize. They would come from everywhere, from the skies, grates in the ground, the air vents, literally anywhere unseen. Ava realized this new superweapon, reported the development of the chicken cannon, which turned the tide of the battle, and she retook the council world, but now we have no idea what to do with all the damn birds. I mean, seriously, that's a lot of chicken. Makes me wonder, do we have enough grease to fry them up? All she knows, though, is don't ever kick the chickens. No word yet from Commander Scarborough. I'm sure he's just taking a break in his hometown next to Raccoon City. I hear it's a nice place. I think it won Village of the Year, 5 times in a row last? I think, yeah, 5 times. But enough about them. What we just went through was freaking nuts. I mean, Admiral Goss was flipping his shit after that guy in the robes from the Kemp used the massive jeweled stick to perform the perfect line drive home run swing right into the Admiral's sausage and eggs. Oh, I mean, it was a perfect hit. Actually lifted him off the ground a good, 10 centimeters at least? I thought when he hit the ground, he was going to puke his guts out. And of course me, just outside, I fell out of my chair laughing. Unfortunately, that didn't last long as, shit. The Admiral noticed, and it looks could kill. He would have killed me right there and then with the amount of rage in his eyes. So, since he couldn't actually kill me with a stare, once he could get the air back in his lungs, he did the next best thing. Snarling, he looked at me and pulled up a map and pointed. "You see this new world that just popped up out of nothing?" I said, "Yes, sir." and it turned out to be some sort of pixelated puck, one that he said, yeah, that one. It seems to be stable and not just blinking in and out of reality, so go check it out while I get a handle on things here. I said, Roger, sir, and I'm on it, and immediately made my way to the ready room where my squad was awaiting orders. However, it took a little bit because I was snickering as I realized that he just had a poor choice of words as he's still walking around handling something, making sure that everything's still there after being basically knocked out of the park like that. Looking at the size of the place, I decided to split the SS Demon Corps into 2 teams. We had War and Sniper. Although we did this mostly to cover more ground, but partially so maybe somebody would survive this unknown whatever the fuck I'm looking at. Before splitting up, it was decided that my team, the War team, would end up investigating the anomalous power readings, which seemed to be off the charts. We couldn't figure out what was going on. And the Sniper team would go off to look at a city that was there. My inquisitive nature started asking where it came from, and that seemed about as smart as asking where this strange planet thing came from in the first place, so I let it go as everyone kind of looked at me like I was nuts. I mean, nothing makes sense here. And not only that, we don't know why, but everybody here keeps breaking into random song and dance numbers. I mean, I know they're catchy, but why do we have to walk on through electric... Again, ugh. On final approach to this strange puck-shaped world, my wingman Steve passed a comment over on the comms. He said, "If it gets bad, you're not going to leave me as bait here, are you?" I responded, "Nah, I ain't never going to give you up." Then he responded, "I ain't never going to let you down." That's when I smacked myself right across the face and said, "Shit, another song. Ah. Alright, come on. Stay focused on reading this place. Never going to mess around. Damn it! I smacked myself again, trying to get some clarity, and thought to myself that the human effect on us is definitely getting stronger. We need to stay on target and get the eye of the tiger so we can make this place burn, baby, burn with St. Elmo's fire. Wait, what's a tiger? And what's a St. Elmo? Ah, jeez. Whatever, we're dangerous. Let's punch the afterburners through this danger zone and find out what these readings are. Feeling the need for speed, we rapidly approach our target and realized that the readings were coming from some type of maze. Not what we were expecting, but we're in flying battle suits, so I mean, no real big problem. As we use our thrust packs to move around so elegantly like we've been trained, the only problem we see is the source of these readings were low, and we need to get closer to the ground. There's some types of strange giant wheel of cheese that we see. No, wait, it's moving. It's moving a mouth, and it's eating some sort of glowing balls. That's weird. We dropped near the creature, which immediately moved away, seeming afraid of us, making some sort of wampa 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 sound. We looked at each other and went, huh? Whatever. That was both strange and confusing, but at least we realized it wasn't dangerous, so we ignored it and focused on those balls. These balls are amazing. Just getting within proximity to scan them charged our suits to the maximum level while registering the power radiation of, 1.21 gigawatts, and there were thousands of these things. Wow. These things, if stable, could safely power, everything. So we began to as many samples as we could fit, stuffing them everywhere we could. We put them in our pouches, in the pockets, attached to our own thrust packs, even the small flap that's on the base of our helmets, so that they could put a spare air canister. They seemed to sit there and rest them right on the chin. However, once we started filling everything up, that's when we noticed we're not alone. The place was haunted by some sort of freaky ghost that seemed to turn the corner and begin to chase us. For some reason, we couldn't fly up. Something was holding us down in the maze, like we were being just grabbed by some unseen force, and we were in no rush to see what those ghosts were going to do to us. As quickly as possible, we went left, and then right down the straightaway, pushing our thrusters to their maximum, and I found myself silently thanking the Forerunners that they didn't explode from the stress, and thanks to these magic glowing balls that we were in no danger of running out of power either. Pushing as hard, as fast as we could, we saw the biggest ball we'd ever seen there. Behind it was that cheese wheel thing, and it just seemed to be sitting there. We thought, no big, it's harmless, right? And maybe it'll distract the ghost so we can get away. Wow, was I wrong on that? The giant cheese wheel leaned forward, and with that same movement, that same sound, it swallowed the ball and everything went to plaid, but the ghosts themselves turned blue, and instead of chasing us, they ran. Seeing this sudden change, both me and Steve jointly said, "Oh shit, run!" as the wheel of cheese with the mouth started becoming super hostile and super fast, chomping and getting closer and closer. "This thing's gonna bite me," Steve said. So I said, "It's gonna bite me!" Bobbing and weaving in and out of the ghost, this thing ate everything while nothing seemed to be able to stop it. Hot on our tails and getting closer, we couldn't shake the damn thing. Desperate to escape and trying everything, we decided to try to switch back to maneuver and broke hard to port and almost slammed into a mountain of muscle as big as our suits. We looked up and it was wearing boots and what was that, a Speedo? I still remember saying, "What the fuck?" Only to see a bigger what the fuck moment as the boots and Speedo thing proceeded to body slam the cheese wheel into the ground and crushing it into oblivion. Panting heavily, this mountain of a man turned to us, and I let out, I think, a little bit of pee because we're currently in a dead end, and it spoke, "Hello, I am Zangief. I fighter of street, and this girlfriend Chun-Li. Look, I know I am bad guy, but that doesn't mean I have to be bad guy. Okay?" This Zangief turned out to be okay guy, as he showed us the way out of the maze, punching ghosts into nothing more than floating eyeballs. He went on in detail about the long history of his world, while his girlfriend kept trying to steal technical data from our suits by getting us to download her app. Zangief, however, warned us not to because it was all cat-picked viruses and malware, so of course we didn't, but this seemed to upset her just a little bit. Exiting the maze and not sure where we were, we asked directions to the city sniper team. "I'm sorry, my friend. This is Los Santos. If they are there, they are no more." With that, we end up parting ways with a fond farewell from the lovely couple, and we scanned for Zentrali life signs on this puck-shaped world. Unfortunately, we were the only two detected, so we left to return to the Erica and report in, and of course, show off our giant magic glowing balls, some of which were still attached to our helmet, firmly placed right to our chin. When we arrived to give our briefing, we were told to wait, as Admiral Gauss seemed to be slightly disturbed by something and had an unknown individual with him on the bridge, so we were told to report with him later. Fine by me. After all that excitement, the fact that I probably got to change my underpants, I need 2 things right now, maybe 3. A shower, a really strong drink, and a nap. Hello everybody, this is Syntax. Thank you for joining me today on Chapter 2 of a fan-submitted series, and it was created by Prozac and Pancakes. Now, before I go, I need to send out some big old thank yous to a few of my supporters, and those will be Prozac and Pancakes, SS Demon, Brian Kemp, Erica Gem, Guardian Sage, MTF Guard, and Julius Boone. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. Everybody else, I'll see you on the next one. This is Syntax, ejecting.